All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome one and all. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another edition of London Session. Without further ado, as always, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. The minute watching gold make a big push to the upside here. It's really been on the move the last few hours of the Asian session here. Otherwise, throughout the day, it was quite well, not much happened, to be honest. Pretty much just stuck in a range. But since now, trying to break out. So we'll take a look at the gold. We'll take a look at German 40 and any other pair as per request. In the meantime, guys, though, you do know the drill. If you could, please don't forget to hit that like button. Just do it right now. Hit the like button. And let's get the masses onto the stream. Any charts, any questions, I will happily have a look at those in a moment's time. But in the meantime, guys, let's have a look. And first of all, let's start with the news. And still, obviously, a bank holiday over in China. It's moving forward today. Well, we have had some high-impact Aussie Dollar news. No pound news today. Has been the last few days. So, pretty big day in regards to the MY session. We've got unemployment claims that will definitely shake up the markets. So, just be wary of that if you are trading into the MY session, guys. Otherwise, pretty smooth sailing. So let's get started and let's have a look at the beast now. That is the gold, back over 5k at a really strong resistance at the minute, starting at the weekly time frame. And could we now in fact create the upper wick? Well, we very strong level we're approaching right now. If we break it, then there really is a good chance it will eventually pop up. We're not that far off doing it now. Nonetheless, what we do have is a low high, low low onto the daily time frame, and if we break that previous daily counter high, which lines up with that resistance I'm speaking of, then we do have some pretty clean traffic on the high time frame back up to the current weekly candle open. At that point there, it is highly probable if we break above that counter high that we could in fact come back up to create that upper wick. We're about to break it by the looks of things. Onto the 4 hour, what we can see is structurally still bearish, but we have confirmed a high low within the micro trend, so that's within the structure itself, approaching the resistance. We're at the high of the resistance here, and we are approaching with steam with just over 20 minutes remaining until this 4 hour candle close. Obviously, it just depends on your broker. What we're going to do is we're going to mark in, for the time being, actually we'll adjust it to that point. We'll mark in that as the most recent resistance. Support, it will be shortly confirmed, so we'll mark that in. And it does look pretty clean above that $5,020 sort of region to the upside. Looking at it now on the M15 time frame, and what we can see is really strong move since creating a lot of the day. Currently at that resistance though, so there's no denying we're at a strong level here. So not the best moment to look for buyers if you're not already in buys. So what we're going to be looking for, guys, is what have we got in between. Now, yes, I can see, thanks to also script indicator from one of our members, we do in fact have an interruption candle on the 15-minute here. But looking at the 30, there is also one just a little bit lower down. Looking at the hourly, there's a cluster interruption right at the support. What I'm going to be looking for moving forward for the buys, guys, let's talk about the buys first. I'm going to focus on the 30-minute interruption play, the delayed interruption. Reason being is, I know we've got one in 15. The issue with the 15-minute one is it's a little bit closer to the resistance. So if we reject with a bit of momentum, I got a feeling it could just sweep that candle's low. And the issue with this candle also is it's not much volume in it, so it's going to be a really tight stop. So I'd be a little bit concerned what it could do is just literally tag us in, drop just below, hit the stop loss, and then begin to pop back up. So if that's the case, not too far below, we've got the 30-minute interruption candle. So off the back of that, that is definitely an entry point I will consider. So that is definitely a potential option. Now, further options, guys, in regards to the buy. So we'll put the buyers in at that point there. Further options will be, obviously, I mean, this is support. This is the most recent support form within the move to the upside. Let's go to the 15, probably a level, yeah. So the 15, you got that level there, but on the 15 also lines up quite nicely. So further options will be buys back above that 49.80 upon the pullback. Pretty simple. If price was to pull back to that point there, I would also be looking for a potential option upon the right confirmation from support to look for a potential buy, take it back up with a further buy option from a little bit lower down at the 4-hour level. So that is what I'll be looking at in regards to the buys. I'll just remove this zone for the time being, so we are pushed quite significantly away from it. Now, as far as the sells, guys, so we are at, yet again, a really strong resistance. So this is pretty much the last level that we need to hold, or if this level is to hold, that, you know, it's going to prevent price from popping up to actually create that upper wick on the weekly. So it's basically, it's going to reject either now, or it's just going to push through and we end up creating that upper wick. So what I want to see is obviously some support form. We are extremely bullish at the minute. A lot of volume to the upside. It's just really kicked off the last few hours. So if price was to now reject, form a little bit of minor support, and begin to pop below that minor support, the back of that, I would be looking for potential opportunities to take a sell back down. So sells back below the resistance. Yep, and that is pretty much it. I mean, we will consider the buys above, but if that is to be the case, so I'll put it in. But what I want to see, seeing we've come from literally pretty much the middle of the Asian session range, to be honest, it's been a big impulse up. We've moved some, I mean, considering the volume has settled down a bit. I mean, off past that was one candle, but I mean, it's a pretty big move. Otherwise, you had a $30 move out, much of a pause. So what I'd rather see is price actually, if it is to pop up to that point there, trigger in some sellers, trap those sellers close above, retest, continuation. And that would be a potential confirmation to take a buy above that resistance at 5,017 roughly. So that is pretty much how I see proceedings moving forward into today's session, guys. I hope you guys have had a good week. Personally speaking, it's been another really solid week. We've been killing it. We're just going to remain consistent. Good to see, at least I know one of the members been destroying the interruption entry today. Absolutely killing it on multiple entries. Earlier as well, I think that one was taken. It was unreal. But yeah, otherwise, guys, let's have a look at the German 40. Let's take a look. Here's a chart I prepared earlier. We've just broken into a level I had marked in as a tradable area where you want to be involved in potential sells. So what I'm seeing on German 40, let's do the quick rundown on it. The weekly is forming strong bullish high low higher high. Daily, what we can see is strong catalyst candle in the previous daily candle, nice strong bullish close. We once again pop back up to that support. We are so far respecting and rejecting it though. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame here, and the structure on this particular time frame, it does remain bullish. Let's now pull up the drawings, but looking at the 4-hour, we did tap into some resistance here to the left, so hence why we could be now pulling back with a bit of momentum onto the 15-minute time frame, and there was some support which I wanted price to pop below. Just done so. It's now retesting and beginning to pull away from that. Back of that, I could have made a decent entry, and it looks like it's going to come back down towards that 25,175. So from that point, I would rather look for some potential buy options. Let it complete the move if you're not in the sell, and look to see how price reacts to that support a little bit lower down. So that's what I'd be looking at on German 40. Pretty simple. Gold is pumping. What is going on? New candle open up and gold just shot straight up. I'm sure some of you are in buys, so that's great if you are, but I'm not in any trades at the minute. Meantime, Franco, good morning to you, mate. Brad, good afternoon, brother. Michael, always good to have you on the stream. It is it's a cracking day in Melbourne. It feels only like this every day. Just nice and sunny. Wind isn't crazy. It's not too hot. It's not cold. Risk and relax. G'day to you, Jim. G'day to you, Carl. Good morning to you. Still in UJ5s. Look at this. I did send this into the members group. You would have had basically no drawdown. And look at that. Sent that into the members group yesterday. I'm keeping an eye on these sort of mini swing intraday trades. Looking at one on AU today, which also would have played out. It also would have played out. I was looking at it thinking I'd probably get involved around that 740 region upon the pullback, which is around halfway into this zone. And when I was looking at it was around here. And I didn't take it, but I thought I just want to see how it plays out. Stop loss below. And target a 1-to-1. You've got more than a 1-to-1 since come back down though. So yeah, I mean, gives me more confidence to get back into the longer term sort of trading side of things. Yeah, those UJ buys could be a while, mate, but good luck with that. Mark, we're going to buy from 49.89. Nice one, mate. Risk and relax and buy from 48.55. Ooh, good work, good work. Sunboss Golden Lings, welcome to you. Risk and relax was in from 74 in silver, but got taken out break even before the move up. Yeah, I mean, amount of times that happens. Silver's just waking up. It was quite, for the most part, just consolidating throughout the Asian session. Had a few nice moves and then back to consolidating. But now it's really breaking out. Well, it's not breaking out. It's got some pretty strong resistance up here that it is approaching. So it all comes down to that 79.35, how price reacts to it. Be marking this in as support. Also just see again what happens upon the pullback. But we are pumping, the metals are really pumping at the minute. Is there an interruption on silver? You got a delayed one about to be confirmed. The one a little bit lower down on the 30, on the hourly, sorry. Greco, EU buys on M15 could be possible. EU. That was yesterday. That's from the new entry, the Asian range entry. That would have worked. That definitely got you a 1-to-1 easy before it came back up. More than 1-to-1. So great to see that play out. We had a look at it yesterday, members call. Yeah, EU looks good on the longer term perspective as well. It's at a pretty strong level of previous resistance and did form support recently at that level, so it is a potential level it could bounce off. Has it flipped? It has flipped the structure too, so EU could be a decent longer term play from this level, to be honest. I like the fact it's flipped the structure. It's pulled back deep into that daily zone. So yeah, I mean, EU, if it breaks above, that could be a decent entry. Otherwise, wait for the close above. But yeah, like EU, I'd probably be looking at something like this for a longer term trade. To be honest, if I'm looking at the intraday trade, I'd probably just enter. I wouldn't wait for it to break above, because it's done what I wanted it to do in regards to flipping the structure at the support. It's pulled back significantly into the daily level. So I would use that as the stop, and I would literally first of all target the 1-to-1, and then probably target maybe in that next level. And if you want to hold, you can hold. I mean, you can ride it while it's in profit. Have a target a lot higher up, I suppose. That's the type of thing I'd be looking at. So again, not taking these at the minute, guys. I'm just wanting to see what happens. Gold is, wow, gold is off to the moon. Really pumping. All right, members. Share a link with you guys. Michael needs to be a member, mate. How do I do it? It should be in the description below. Friend, should be down there. It's not be on the homepage of the YouTube. It's in the free Discord as well. It's join the VIP section if you're in the Discord. Should be, where is it? Join VIP. But yeah, all good in your own time. All good. It's just like I said, it's a niche group. There's not many members. There's really not. A lot of guys I've known for a long time now. Some of the guys I've known for about 7 years now. So, but yeah, we had a good chat yesterday. We were on for well about an hour and 45 by the end of it. After the stream, that was about an hour after the stream. We have a good chat, talk about things. Again, we do some education. We have a, you know, put our minds together as well, looking at entries and how we could refine entries and things like that. And yeah, we're always learning, always getting better. Got to put in the effort. Risk and relax, hit like everyone for 25 watching, only 2 likes. It's always happens, but all good. Yeah, eventually, look, I don't give up, so eventually we'll get numbers up. Again, I'm not the one who takes the most trades. I understand people are wanting signals. It's not what I do. I teach you guys to be in the markets at the right time. Don't go chasing. Don't go, for instance, chasing this. And there is no way I'm buying it for closes above. I don't care. It's come from way too far. I need it to reset. I need a signal. I need at least a weak bearish 15-minute close back above, and that might be my signal to trust it. But yeah, teach you the importance of patience and discipline on the daily, and you know how rewarding it can be. So still not taking a loss on the stream this year. Not taking a loss at all. Being the best start to the year ever, to be honest. Percentage return is crazy at the minute. Michael, YouTube member, all good, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support, my friend. Appreciate it. You're the 5th member. I think I might unlock a few privileges actually. I think I need, could be 10. I'm not sure. It's either 5 or 10. But I appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Risk and relax. Yep. Franco, you're in EU. All right. Interesting. I'm going to keep a bit of a watch on it. Now again, I'd just go from 1-to-1, to be honest. That's what I do in regards to securing something and then getting to break even. So you're looking about 19 pips. For, I know you're going to do it differently, but I'm just saying this is me taking this actual trade. Laura, can I see you? Oh. UJ, yep. Nice one. So you're looking for a re-entry as well, or if it pops back down? Have you secured, or what's the deal here? That looks unreal. That looks so good. You did secure a nice one. Yeah, that looks unreal. That's exactly the same as GJ. What I saw happening yesterday. EJ played out again perfectly, just didn't pull back enough into that zone. But the zones are subjective, so someone may have had the zone marked in a little higher and they could have said pull back deeply enough into that zone. Look, if it's scalping, I couldn't care less how deep it pulls back, as long as it taps into it, as you guys see. But for the longer term trades, if I'm seeing a zone here and I'm seeing a zone there, I understand it could bounce off the higher zone, and that could create an equal low or a higher low, for instance, like it's created here. But knowing that fact that we've got some more strong support just below it, I'd rather wait for it to perhaps pull back down that little bit lower down and see how it reacts to that level. And if it doesn't, you miss it, you reassess and plan again. So on EJ, for instance, what I'd be looking at for any longer term play is, to be honest, I want to see how price reacts to this support. And again, it's subjective when you're looking for your zone markups in this sort of case. When you're looking for the longer term sort of holds, what I tend to do is I go into the line chart and look to see where price has tapped into levels multiple times, and I connect those levels. So for instance, I could probably see if we were to use a horizontal here, we've tapped into this level before, we're right at it just now, and a little bit higher up we could probably use something like that. To be honest, it's a level we broke, we obviously formed support at, broke below, retested it, formed another support below it, pulled back above it. So to me, I would probably now just use that as the daily zone. Go back to the candlesticks. And in this circumstance, it actually did pull back probably far enough into that zone to look for some longer, perhaps longer term sells. It is very counter trend. Now, a good confirmation would be looking at the higher time frames or the 15-minute structure. 15-minute structure could technically flip back bearish shortly, and that could be a signal that it could be ready to sell off. So that's the type of thing. I'm not trading it just yet, guys, but I'm keeping an eye on it. I can add it to you know, the box of tools. Why not? Tommy, g'day teammate. Had a beautiful one through Asian session on M30 at 496. Oh, you took it? Oh, that's fine. 4969. Yeah, here. Yeah. Was looking at it. The only thing I didn't like was because it was the open candle. That's why I didn't end up taking it, to be honest. Because I've been watching the open so much of late, and I mean the shenanigans this candle tends to get up to is kind of like NFP candle, to be honest. A lot of the time it has a lot of volume, it's all over the shop, looks like it's about to go to the moon and then just dumps, vice versa. But nah, nice one, man. It's definitely a valid entry. Wow, look at gold pushing. So we're going to close above, no entry. Still no entry because we've come from the lows. I need now at least a week 15-minute pause. So wait and see. Hit TP on that one. Carl, nice one. Okay, looking for 7. All right. You're 1-to-1 at that point, so shall I let TikTok in? I have to. All right. Wonder how long it'll be today. Buy or sell, mister? To be honest, the hourly one as well today, that looked good, but I was not on the chart for it. Got back to the charts and saw that Josh, one of the members, that took it. I'm thinking, ah, man, I missed it by like a few minutes, literally. So that one's not valid. The alley's not valid because it's been tapped into already. So 30 minutes definitely valid. It's not been tapped into. But that hourly one to me was that's a cracking one. It's really, really nice. It's the cluster interruption. All right, so looking at gold, TikTok and YouTube. Let's wait and see if we do get that little bit of a pause now above the resistance. TikTok, g'day one and all. Feel free to ask questions. Don't forget to smash that screen for me. Let's get numbers onto the stream. Been streaming on YouTube already for half an hour. Weekly flip, it does look like it could happen now. Definitely on the cards. I'm not going to buy stop the weekly flip though, no way. Yeah, I want to see, again, I want to see us triggering some sells above this resistance, and we do have some pretty clean traffic, at least up towards that 5,030 sort of region. But seeing we come from afar, I'm not going to buy it upon continuation without reseeing, because I look at this thinking, well, it doesn't mean it can't continue bullish, but I'm getting in at the very top of the move where there was options to get involved lower down. I wasn't on the charts for it, so I look at it thinking I just now simply need to let it give me another signal, let it reset, don't go chasing it. So what I really need to do is something like this, wait for candle to close, something like that. What I don't like is the fact this popped straight up, so it's going to leave a long upper wick, but anyway, we'll see. And if it continues bullish, I just need to wait for the retrace. Tommy set the limit order. I got proper love when it happens, man. Nice one, mate. Nice one. TikTok, smash that screen for us. Feel free to ask questions, anything you'd like me to look at. Don't be shy. Say g'day. So the analysis in gold, we're very bullish, obviously. But I need some sort of pause because we come from far, so I'm not going to buy the continuation in a minute. Otherwise, what we could also look for is if price actually pops back down, rejects, forms support against pop below support, we could also perhaps look for a sell back down. But what I am seeing is we've popped above a 4-hour resistance here, so pretty clean traffic on the 4-hour time frame up to the weekly candle open, and this new 4 hours just open. So it's another reason why I wouldn't be buying in just now, because I'd be wanting this to create more of a lower wick. But it also depends on what broker you're using. This is a wonder. The 4 hours been open already for over an hour, so obviously looks very different in this chart, and this thing is looking like it's about to pop back to the next level, 5,030. Does the weekly have an upper wick on this broker? It does. Michael, so far so good, actually. Got more than 10 on the YouTube, TikTok side of things, and all I've got is John asking about AU, so I'll have a look at AU for you. Haven't got anyone else asking any questions or making any comments, so let's look at AU quickly. Yeah, so I mentioned just before on the YouTube stream, I was looking and just basically just I'm not trading AU and I'm not swing trading, but I was pretty much just paper trading to see what would happen from this level deep into the daily zone, and if I was to buy, what would be the result if I was targeting 1-to-1, and obviously it would have worked today. But looking at now, let me just remove these drawings. I scalp, so I don't look for the longer term positions, but I'm looking to incorporate into my trading again. Weekly, so it's flipped back bearish and it's an inside bar candle. Not much we can really make of that, to be honest. But structurally speaking, it's very bullish. AU at the minute, daily is very bullish in structure. We have pulled back down to previous resistance. We continue to respect it. We have respected a lot of the previous daily candle, pulled back quite significantly now into that candle itself. So let's just mark in the high of the candle and we'll see what we've got above that point there. On to the 4-hour time frame here, and still structurally bearish. It's just pretty much consolidating from the support. So mark in our levels and let's make our way down to the 15-minute time frame here. And what we can see is the 15-minute, I'd argue, is bullish from this big impulse up. So having said that though, it's at a resistance. Doesn't really make much sense to buy it into the resistance. So I'd be looking for options for buy lower down. You got an interruption entry here, which looks pretty good at 75.5. Otherwise, what I'd be looking for is either support to form below this resistance, and as price begins to pull away from that support, that could be a potential sell option. Or again, just wait for it to pop back down lower for some buys and just trade the 4-hour range. Very simple analysis, but often simple is what works. So that's what I'd be looking at personally. Above the resistance and above the Asian range / daily high, really choppy traffic to the left. You buy into resistance. So again, I would not really entertain that. If it was to continue bullish, I'd rather let it create the initial impulse up, pull back, retest that zone, form support, and that point there, be more comfortable looking for a buy above the current resistance. Let's see, 7 minutes. So we want this candle to close something like this. Would love for it to pull back further, to be honest. Create a deeper low wick. Oh man, give it a like. Yep, be much appreciated, guys. Drops to 47 likes yesterday and the day before, so still yet to crack the 50. Just don't even have a confirmation of a 5-minute closing back bearish. And man, gold. TikTok, what's going on, guys? How we doing? What's silver doing? Is there any interruption candles here? Yeah, it's one on the hourly back at the resistance. That's actually a good one. I like those ones. That's a really good one because it lines up with a previous resistance we've just broken out of. So anyone interested in silver, that could be a potential entry point on a buy limit if price did pull back to, if it did reject this resistance. You got a delayed 1-hour interruption candle entry. It's also the 30-minute as well. And it lines up again with that resistance we've recently broken. So to me, that looks like a pretty good entry point for anyone considering or interested in trading silver. That's something to keep an eye on. So 78.25 or 9. It just depends whatever the high of that candle is in your broker's chart. That's why I recommend look for that 30-minute pause candle, the bearish candle. And that could be where you place your buy limit. It's the same point on the 1-hour time frame. 5,120 straight. You're saying it's going to go there without pullback? Maybe, who knows? Okay guys, so tired. Shit out sleep last night. London, May. Yeah, this is gold. This is spot gold. So I'm waiting for some exhaustion here above the resistance. We'll wait and see. You've still got just over 2 minutes remaining on this candle. Rafai, good morning to you, mate. Once again, I'm still not even had a 5-minute candle closing back bearish, so there's really no signs of exhaustion just yet. I don't think it's going to break resistance. You do? Well, it's broken it. You mean remain above it? I mean, there's a good chance we've tapped into it and we are remaining above it. But again, even though I think there's more chance of it continuing bullish, I'll just trade what I think will happen. So the plan for me is to wait for a bit of a pause. Flipping back bearish at the minute. Ooh. Little bit of last minute shenanigans on the gold. Remaining. Is in that to the left. Sorry, remaining above it. Could pull back within it and we could look for buys from lower down. What I like about it is it's clearly broken through the resistance, so it creates some clean traffic. We've opened up this level of liquidity to the left. Now this is the candle, it's the opposite way around. I'd love for this to shit the bend the last second and pop back up. Don't like these big upwards. I can't stand them, because to me it suggests that there is no need to break it. It suggests that we are potentially starting to exhaust, and if we broke the low of that candle, it's a high probability of it coming down. So if this was flipped the other way around, I would 100% be looking to buy it. That's all in the course. If it looked like this, I'd be buy stop and high, low wick and buy stop. When it looks opposite way around like this, I don't know, even though it's above the resistance, I just don't trust it. I really don't trust it. So that will mean I need to, again, just wait and see what presents. We end up pulling back a bit further. All good. Thanks, good morning to you. Hope everyone's doing amazing, and you too, my friend. Welcome. Probably going to make some kind of flush out the buyers and trap sellers and then go up. Possibly. Well, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for price to trap the sellers and then pop back up. So it's definitely a level of interest to the upside. But I wouldn't mind more of a significant pullback. I mean, it would not, you know, not be bad at all. We could buy it in from low down within clean traffic. So, all right, let's just give me a minute. Be back very quickly. All right, what's going on, guys? Well, bullish and bearish at the minute it is. So I reckon it's going to hit 5100 at the end of the day. Could. Kai, buy. Jeez, tough. All right, me here today. Buy, Kai, buy. At the minute, no. Not just yet. Come from afar. What I do like is we are drawing in some sells at the minute, so let it pull back. Let it pick up some leftover liquidity that it may have missed on this push to the upside, and form support, and then look for a buy. If we remain above this level, if we flip and close back strong bullish, then yes, I will look for a buy. As far as the sell, I don't see any sells at the minute. needs to form a bit of structure. It's been a really strong push to the upside here. So I'm not going to just sell off the back of one bearish M15 or 30 candle. I want it to do something like this: create a low, lower high, or equal high, lower low, and that's when I might start to consider some sell options. Sleepy, g'day to you. How long do you think gold will keep going up? Because it started to go up from Wednesday. Well, personally speaking, I think gold is extremely bullish still. I mean, I know it's had a significant pullback, gold and silver, but you guys know how, you know, those who've followed me for a long time know exactly how I feel about gold and silver. Well, they'll just continue bullish. They'll continue to create all-time highs. I don't look, anything could happen, but I personally don't think they're going to make much more of a pullback, if any deeper pullback at all, in what they recently made. So what I can see is we're now accumulating. We can see it on silver here. Since that big flush out from a while back, from this big drop, we are now just really accumulating again for what could perhaps be the next big impulse up. Remembering that silver it's just broken out recently. It was stuck below $35 for years and years, stuck below $20 for a long time as well, and it recently broke its all-time high, which was $50 last year, so towards the end of last year. So pulled back to a beautiful level on the daily here to accumulate from. So to me, this could be the start of the next wave up. And I've mentioned many times on the stream, I believe silver is going to well in excess of a couple $100. Not saying it's going to all happen this year, and don't be shocked if it actually gets to that 4-figure number at some point. Gold, again, 10k, not going to happen this year. I mean, who knows, but I very much doubt it. Maybe by the end of the decade. 20k is, I think, where eventually it gets to as well. So longer term holds. This did nothing at all to phase me. This big drop, nothing whatsoever. I actually liked it, to be honest, but the fact of the matter is you can't get it. It's so hard to get any. Some did come available from my bullion dealer, but the premium was ridiculous. You're paying like 30% premium. So that's a lot. I mean, it's usually 5% or something like that. So thought, should I not? But I didn't bite the bullet. But yeah, I didn't need to set up my physical silver. So this to me is just nothing, because I have conviction it's just going to go a lot higher than what it is at the moment. So that's the beauty when you don't have a paper asset, guys. You're not forced to sell. You got the physical asset. Just see it as another opportunity if you can get your hands on the asset. Leon, do I think Iran is the reason for gold going up? No, I don't think so, to be honest. I thought they were actually in negotiation with Iran, so if that's the case, then that would be more risk on in the markets, and perhaps gold would be consolidating a bit more, not really doing much, to be honest. So I got buy limits at 5,013. Okay, fair enough. But anti-social monkey, g'day to you. I think the buys are trapped. Buys are trapped? Well, people who are buying it at this point, yes. But I'm not sure why they would have been buying it at that point after such a move. But we'll see. Jim, US threatening to strike Iran by Saturday. Probably reason. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I haven't kept up with the news, to be honest. Only thing I heard was our drop kick of a leader has allowed temporary passports to ISIS brides apparently. Freaking idiot, honestly. So just after we had a terrorist attack. Crazy, what a dickhead. Albo could not fluff it up anymore. He couldn't get a root in a brothel, that guy, honestly. He is horrible. Just came out on World Service, Jim? Oh, okay. Yeah, well that could explain... No, it was ages ago. That could explain the recent pop-up on gold. Doesn't mention anything on TradingView. See, Forex Factory. Yeah, there you go. My visibility's been restricted on TikTok because I mentioned. Yeah, it's all good. They're so sensitive. Let it be. What do I care? TikTok. Look me up on YouTube. Do it. Trust me, because I'm gonna get banned eventually. Because I can't not get pissed off when it comes to my government. Yeah. So jump across to YouTube. Exact same profile name. You can't miss it. Make sure to sub to the YouTube channel as well, because there's a good chance I'll go missing on TikTok. It's the 3rd time this week that I've had a warning. But gold's looking good. This is exactly what I want to see, guys. So we need to wait for this counter to close. I want to close strong. I want to close strong bullish, preferably engulfing, but doesn't necessarily have to. As long as it closes strong bullish, I would look to buy stop the hype that bearish candle. So what I'm looking at now is what the highest point of that bearish candle is in my broker's chart. That is 5,021.72, so about 5,022.05 would be a decent entry point. Stop loss below this candle's low. That's about 70 pips. That's not bad. Leon, who has said that Iran closed the sea passage where like 20% of the world's oil passed through. Oh, really? Yeah, well, shit, that makes sense because this is up for that. All right, gold, just over a minute, guys. Wanted to close strong here. Up a little bit higher. Got the 30-minute close as well. All right, 30's looking good. 30's looking pretty good. Actually, the 30 would probably look better if it closed the doji, because the doji suggests to me that it's either a reversal for price to continue to come back down, or it's just a portal in price action. And for it to happen above a resistance, that would really give me a good confidence to suggest if we broke the high, there's more probability of price making another push, an impulsive wave to the upside. So we could have an entry here, guys. I love how you say shit, mate. Beautiful. First thing. Yeah, I say it and think afterwards. It's all good. All right. Ooh. Not the greatest close. I really want to close a proper doji candle here. All right. Let's see. Look, if we continue to tap into that level and push away from it, still to me a higher probability that we could make the next wave up. Not a great close, to be honest, though. So I'm not seeing an order just yet. I may wait for a 5-minute close above the resistance. I'll keep you guys as posted as I possibly can as to what I'm doing. Before I line up a trade, I'll let you guys know. Sylvia, good morning to you. So volume's just dying out a little bit since we've closed above on the M15. Fizzling out just a bit. Could be just resetting for London Open. So I've not set the buy stop, guys. I'm just patiently going to wait. So what we're doing now. Okay. EU, wow, it's so slow. Alright, EJ is setting up for what could be a potential longer term sell option from the resistance. Goes below that minor support. Could be an entry point. Back to this little yellow rock. Sylvia, the highs and lows of Asian. Well, it's still technically open, but from what I actually consider to be the most important times during the Asian session, so literally a Tokyo open. The low is pretty much at the open, just below it. And the highest point is, we just created it, technically. But I'm more concerned about the point of the highest point Frankfurt Open. On the M25 is hard to see. Yeah, easier to do it all on TradingView. Sylvia, you trade liquidity on highs and lows of Asia. Works for me. Yeah, that's nice, man. That's a new entry that we've come up with, or I've come up with. And it's been working at Tree. I was supposed to, well, I'll mention to my team later. On currency pairs, it's been really, I had a look through this list and it worked on all but two, I think. Every one of them presented. So it's very encouraging. And that's using simply the 15-minute time frame, waiting for a close either above or below, and just buy limit, sell limit, stop loss below the highest point of the counter creates the highest point of the Asian range, and the highest point and counter creates the lowest point of the Asian lows, the range lows. So did update, or did record a video on that recently. Also a short video which I released yesterday on YouTube, or 2 days ago, a reel, and today actually scheduled. I think it's already on my profile on TikTok, so I've watched that, guys, after the stream, explaining that particular entry, and it's effective. It really does tend to work quite well. Just it doesn't happen during the stream. Very, very rarely. I don't think it's happened yet. I'm just sleeping. My thoughts on hitting 5200 by the week's end. Not concerned by it, to be honest, mate. I mean, got a way to go to get through that. I feel it's highly unlikely, personally, because even if it does flip the weekly candle, we've got some really strong resistance back at 5080 to 5100 flat. So personally, I don't think it'll get there, but anything could happen. Sylvia, that's how you trade. Nice one. even not 5100. That's a good chance, but again, it needs to flip the weekly candle. I do like the fact that we are remaining above this resistance. So even if it's something come session open time and create a lower wick and begin to break, I may just buy stop the high. As long as we remain above this level. Jones will be our buy entry. Well, still waiting for a confirmation, but it's likely going to be above this 5-minute resistance. 15-minute resistance above the previous level. We're just consolidating above it. Under sleepy, would I even enter a sell in these situations? Not without a strong confirmation to do so. So like I mentioned before, want it to form structure. To create a low, equal high or lower high, and then pop below the low. There's a good chance it could end up back in that 4-hour range below it. But without that, no. So just that today for the time being. We'll remove all this for now with far off it. To react from I went short on that bullish, even though my analysis on DXY was bullish. Was correct, but gold don't align with DXY low key. What you say? It's true, mate. I say it all the time. Don't worry about what DXY is telling you, because it's not always going to be inversely correlated. If you're trading gold, XAUUSD, just watch that chart. Don't worry what DXY is doing. Don't worry what anything else is doing. Always said it. Always said it. Thank you for the new sub. TikTok, guys, don't forget I am on YouTube, so it's in your best interest to make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, because there is a good chance I will eventually get a ban on TikTok again. I've been getting warnings every stream this week, and I've not had warnings for best part of the year, to be honest. At least 6 months or so. So every day I've had a warning saying my visibility has been restricted for the live stream. So next thing is ban hammer. So look me up, exact same profile name, just look it up, you can't miss it. A.C.T. Forex on YouTube. All right, so let's see, we've got just under 5 minutes until this 15-minute candle closes. We still want to remain above, guys. Don't want this thing to start to shit the bed. Could be an interruption on the 15 if it does, though. That will make things very interesting. That will make it extremely interesting, because all of a sudden I'll have a sell. Julian delayed. What do I think of retest of 5,000? Yeah, 5,000 is a pretty good level. I think it lines up, well, not quite for 15-minute. Well, it's a psychological round number. It lines up previous resistance here to the left as well. So often it was find that lot of orders are set for those levels, in the quarter levels, in the 50s. So yeah, I mean, it could be a potential level bounces from if it does pull back. But at the minute, I'm more focused on the current price action where we are. Thanks once again for the new sub on YouTube and everyone on TikTok who is following. Appreciate new followers as well, and appreciate all of you. Get yours. We'll test previous day's high. Yep, that's also a good level for it to perhaps come back down to pick up some liquidity from the downside. Lines up with that resistance. All right, so what we've got currently forming is a liquidity candle itself. So this would be best if this was below the resistance. This would be a fantastic signal that we could end up back down. So what we've done is we've had at one point a lower, higher low, higher high. We've now since popped back down, and it looks like we've fractionally broken a low of that candle, previous candle. The back of that, I believe there's a high probability that this thing could, in fact, make a deep pullback, especially if it closes strong. At the moment, it's trying to respect this resistance. So it's the reason why it is struggling, I believe. It's because it's at a very strong level, which was previous resistance. We are still respecting it, but we're going to have 3 very ordinary closes on the 15, 5-minute consolidation. I am fully aware this thing could just rip. Just don't have a signal. But London Open, let's see, because we may consider it. 100 Sleepy with the news in New York session. Do you think there is a chance to pass 100? Wait, there is a chance for sure, but I don't know. Anything could happen. It could dump at the same time. Just all depends. Depends on the news. For the most part, gold tends to correct whatever happened from the news event at that initial, 5-10 minutes, and then just ends up doing what it was doing prior to it. But it could give it that push, that is for sure. But there's also a good chance it could, make it pull back further. So I can't tell you, mate. I don't have a crystal ball. All right, just over a minute until this 15-minute closes. So we've got 16 minutes until session open. This rate looks like that's what we could be waiting for. Any thoughts on news today? No, I don't care about, because it's late. I'm not on the charts for it either way. So unemployment claims forecast is less than previous. I don't trade around the news, to be honest. And these numbers, they often amend after the initial reading of it. So I really don't think they know as well. It's the same here in Oz. They have no idea about anything. Oh, it's pushing bearish. Has to close bearish engulfing significantly, which it's not doing for an interruption play. God, just watching it do its thing. Pop straight down. Really not much I can do with that. Yeah, yours war between Iran and USA is heading up. Suppose it's been on the cards for how many years now? Do I trade? No, I don't trade FTMO, personal funds. Oh, hopefully the London session brings some volume. But it's been a bit like lost off late. Yeah, I mean, since the stream, yes. Prior to the stream, some nice moves for sure. But yeah, since the start of the stream, it's just been pretty boring, to be honest. Man, I do one saying bye now. 100 Sleepies, bro. I've also seen how many prop firms getting shut down. not aware of it, but I can understand why a lot of them are full of shit. I hope the one that I was previously a client of got shut down, because they should be shut down. They're scamming a bunch of pricks. Good God. No wicks, no upper wick. So it's alright. Could be making a bit of a pullback now. All good. Not going to force anything. I have the plan. I'm just going to stick to it. That's the best thing you can do. Bill, good morning to you, mate. The late M15 you open could also be valid. Possibly. If you look at German 40, it didn't complete that move. All right, interesting. Yeah, resistance. What a trade that was. Not how I took it, but did call it in a members group. EU. Yeah, it's looking good. Back to the gold. Deep Wonder, thank you for the sticker whenever you sent that. YouTube, while we've got the numbers up, let's quickly hit that like button. Let's get to 50, guys. Do us a favor. Some Moscow lens on the London. Fully Mr. Justin carefully. Nice one, mate. Yeah, no need to rush into anything. I mean, we've got the plan. And if it presents, we will definitely react. If it doesn't, just chill. There's not much you can do. We're back below the most recent resistance. We are eventually flipping, closing back above. So let's see. I mean, I really want this to close strong again, and I'd be looking for a potential buy stop at session open. I'm not going to buy stop it from 60 odd pips away though. This thing needs to get moving. 100 sleeping's kind of dropping. Yeah, it's not really doing much of anything at the minute after the initial, well, the most recent big impulse up. Oh, why? Gold cooked and then recooked me in Asia. Well, hopefully it wasn't because you were, fishing or, getting FOMO and trying to jump into trades. Hopefully, you're following a plan and it just didn't work out. Hopefully you're managing your trades as well. So, I mean, it happens. Can't win every trade. I know myself, I'm not taking a lot this year. It's just been phenomenal, but it's going to be definitely, it's going to happen. Could happen today. Who knows when it'll happen. Could go on a losing streak. It's all part of it. Don't stress it, mate. Pick yourself back up. Follow the plan. Stick to the rules. And if you've proven that it works for you, it'll all, iron itself out. Marcus, no, I'm not selling now. Sounds fishy. Astronomical time traders. Be very careful, mate. You're trading very fine line at the minute. Julian, do you think London will open strong sell? Look, if we pop back below this count as low, there's probably a high probability we will sell off a bit further. If we pull back above the resistance, then possibly not. So it's, I mean, it's anyone's guess at the minute. To me, a lot of it comes down to this level though. We can push back above it, and I think it's a good chance we're going to continue bullish. Sylvia, they say a good trade is the one that you respected your plan, no matter exactly. Because it's a planned trade. Even if it's a loss, it's a loss. There's not much you can do about it. You can accept it because it was a planned trade. So, it's just one of the ones that don't work. But if you, for the sake of it, because you think the market's about to dump and you're right, stuff it, just sell it. And if you take a loss, it's just a stupid trade. You get wrecked. You get emotional. You jump back in. You think this count's about to flip. Stuff, I'll buy it now. Comes back down again. You get wrecked again. And it's just you're digging yourself such a hole. That's reality. So again, have the plan, know what you're looking for, and stick to it. Yes, it's boring. Yes, cliche, but it's true. It's just so true. Any good trader will tell you that. Some plans are a lot simpler than others. Some use a lot of indicators and so on and so forth. But every competent trader would say, stick to your plan. Some who look for longer term trades are just literally looking at the daily time frame, looking at all the different charts to see what potential pair is ready for an entry. Scalpers do it a bit differently because we're in our markets a lot more than swing traders and that. But again, we all have a plan. So Sylvia, very good comment. And that's why also for me, I don't care if I call a trade on the stream or not. Yes, I know you guys want one, but I'm not going to call a second rate trade for the sake of it. If you want that, you go watch Roger Banks. He'll call you a trade, 2 trades, 1 trade at least a day. You see this count going bullish, right? We're going bullish. If it breaks the high, we're buying it. And then he'll flip to a sell here. And it might work for him, I don't know, but it's not what I do. That's what you want? I'm sorry. Because I give you high probability setups, and I give you also food for thought to walk away with. So when you're trading yourself, you know these setups, you know what to look for. We're dumping at the minute. Could be an interruption. I see the interruption candle entry on the M15 here. But it's against the structure. It's against the trend. That a resistance though, so I don't mind it, and I will consider it. It all depends how the new candle opens up though. Because remember, there is entry points to the downside here as well. Sylvia, yes sir, don't spend time on charts, set alarms, train view 30, 40 around highs and lows. Yep, that's nothing wrong with that, in all honesty. Maiden short today. Don't know yet. Could be a short for session open potentially. 30-40 pips, yeah. Alright, so we are dumping. Dumpty. But again, my plan wasn't to sell it off the back of that candle close. So no problem whatsoever here. Didn't jump into buys because the buys weren't ready. The fact of the matter is, you should have been buying it lower down. Even here could have been potential entry. Wasn't on the charts. There were entry points to downside interruption play. For the time being, that I wasn't on charts, and this is not what I was planning and not what I was looking for. So just need to let it do its thing, and let's see. Nice reversal. Would have been better if it happened below this resistance though. Two and a half minutes, guys. So the interruption would be below that bullish candle. That's your sell limit. Stop loss would be above it. Now it is very risky because are we just pulling back to grab some last minute liquidity before the session open, before we pump and create another high and eventually flip the weekly candle bullish? That is a shout. That could happen. But this is definitely, if it closes strong bearish, it is a catalyst. That's a signal to me to look for an interruption candle sell. I like the fact that it's at a resistance, so it is a level where the new candle might create its upper wick too and then begin to reject. But I don't want this to pull back and close weak. I want it to remain strong. You know what? Who's got IC markets here? It's not even a bullish candle on IC markets. I don't even have an interruption. That's actually bearish. Who's got a bullish doji and who's got a bearish doji? Because if it's bearish, it's technically not valid. It's not an interruption.
Mine's bearish.
Yeah, mine's bearish as well, man. What to do? So typical, isn't it? And technically it's bearish, guys. My broker's chart is bearish. It's not a pause. If you've got a bullish candle, sell limit looks valid. And your stop loss will be above that bullish candle's high. You want the new candle just create an upper wick, tap in, and that's it. So whatever the lowest point of that, if it is bullish on your broker's chart is, that's your sell limit entry point. For me, that is a bearish candle. And it appears that I'm not the only one who's got a bearish candle. Laura, yeah, yours is bearish as well. There you go. So essentially what this entry is about is you want the price, the new candle, to pull back, tag into that point and drop. That's what we call the interruption candle, which has worked throughout. I mean, I think guys have been killing it trading interruption entry. From here today, there's a 1 hour interruption here, which was just cracking entry. So it looks like perhaps a deep pullback is on the cards. Bullish, crispy honeybee. Yeah, fair enough. Sylvia, yours is red as well. Yeah. Yeah, same, mate. Boy 6. Don't know, mate. Not spoken to him for probably 2 years now. I know he moved on to different ventures, and yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that, to be honest. Gabriel, I didn't take a sell. I'm not in a trade. If I'm in an entry, guys, I always put up the bloody risk to reward tool, wherever it is, this thing. I always put it up if I'm in a trade. And I tell you before I'm putting it up, or as I put it up, I tell you what I'm looking for to enter the trade. So I'm not in a trade, guys. There's no entry. My plan wasn't to sell it from there. My plan was to wait for the interruption, but this candle is not an interruption in my brokerage chart. And it's dropping anyway, so now I just need to patiently wait. The downside interruption buys are far off. I mean, we're way off them. Got to pop well back below 5k. The one I'd be targeting for those interested who might be trading later, 49.85. That to me looks like a really good entry. If that fails, you know what, I'd probably go back in at the hourly interruption lower down, 49.77 roughly. That's already been retested, so yeah, that's come and gone. So you can't double dip. What platform? No Carnus. This is TradingView. To mark up my charts, it's a lot easier than MetaTrader. MetaTrader's a pain in the ass to mark up charts. The MetaTrader 5 is what I execute my trades on. That's through my brokers, through the website. You download, it prompts you to download a platform, which is MetaTrader 5. You can choose C Trader on most. You can choose MT4. I think most of them still offer it. I'll go with MT5. Market yields is bearish as well. Yeah. Well, got to be technical. So if it's bearish, there's no interruption there. Break it out. Break even, missed the take profit. What can you do, mate? It was lucky not being stopped out. Incredible. All good, mate. Break evens. It's what it is. Still looking fantastic in my opinion, like for a longer term trade. I wish the times were different, because I just start the stream when we're close to entries. That's when I'd stream, because otherwise we just sit here and wait, and what can you do? If there's no entry, there's no entry. Alright, so are we going to create that higher low just now? We're going to flip. Alright, so now I'm going to remove this zone, guys. I'm happy to remove it because we have broken through it to the upside, we've wiped it out, and we've made a clean through, cut through it to the downside and wiped it out. So I'm going to focus now on... Let's just adjust these zones to that. We want buys above it. And I mean, we're far off of support, so we just need to create a higher low. Give us a confirmation. Yeah, 1 minute, guys. Oh, gold is dropping. Long now. How long ago was that? Fucking short now. Jesus. You're a little late to the short, my friend. Alright. What would be nice if this pops up a bit higher? Then the following one closes very weak bearish, and then we're gonna have a 15-minute closing back bullish with a long low wick. That could be our signal. Alright, that's what we're waiting on. That's the new plan. Plan was to buy it. We're now looking for the pullback buy. What we want to see is this 5-minute. So we want the 15 close back bullish. We've got the 5-minute closing relatively strong. So we're about to see a potential sequence that I'm familiar with. I would recognize as a valid entry signal. So if this candle closes something like so, buy stops above its high and the 15-minute high would be valid on the following candle. So it all comes down to the 5-minute close and the 15-minute close just now. There is to be an entry. Don't mind if it closes like that. What I'd love to see is this 5-minute pull back a little bit more and end up closing pretty much like so. What's the high of this candle? 5,1132, so 5,011.65 roughly. Suruba, just wait for pullback to 5,020 and go to sale. Fair enough. That's your plan. Liking what we're seeing here though. This is exactly what I want it to do. Well, let's see. Limit buy, possibly, but not just yet. Waiting for this 5 to close and this M15. This M15 is going to close the 5. This 5 minutes going to close the M15. It close somewhat like so, and then lower wick, and I buy stop the high. Let's see. Could be an entry right at the very end of the stream. Through if you go stop loss over 5,020 and go down, then I'll go to sell. Fair enough. Alright, just not in the 2 minutes, guys. Let's see. Looking good. It's also at a level here to the left, which is good. And it's popping up. Alright. Gonna close bullish, isn't it? Greater higher high as well, so 5,1164, 5,012 roughly. Really want that weak bearish pause. Pushed again. All right, what's the new high? 5,012.28, 5,012.58. Stop loss is out to 60. You need a decent little wick. All right. Buy stops aren't bad. Didn't quite get what I really wanted to happen, but you still got a liquidity candle closing back bullish, leaving a long low wick. So I'm seeing it order at 5,012.58. Wrong way around. Now, what I normally see happen in this situation, if it's going to flip, is it'll pull back towards the open of that previous candle and then begin to flip. So, almost in. All right, I'm in. Let's see. Flips and breaks so low, I'll probably just cut half just to manage it, pushing about, or had about 5+ pips. I'll release not to buy, mate. I mean a buy, not a sell. It was just like everything the wrong way around. Alright, I'm gonna cut at least half. Like could be the first loss. Yeah, so I did cut half as it broke its own low. That was about 14. Yeah, I'm not liking this, to be honest. I might just get out early. I don't like it. I'm not liking it, guys, in all honesty. I don't necessarily feel it needs to pull back again after breaking the high. So I'd rather just get out quickly. In case it does pull back to fill this week. So yeah, I'm just gonna get out. So that's it. Quick loss. Well managed though, extremely well managed. Yeah, because the reason why I got out early at this point is, guys, because generally speaking, when you have a close like that, that suggests we grab downside liquidity. So when you break it, you're taking it with the anticipation price is just going to push straight bullish very quickly. And if it pulls back yet again, to me it suggests that maybe it's not ready. So maybe waiting for that little 5-minute confirmation would have been the best thing to do. That's really what I wanted. I did mention it. So hit the bullet and went without that 5-minute confirmation, but anyway, very well managed. So really tiny loss, really tiny loss. First loss. Oh well, happens. That was always going to happen at some point. So, but a very well managed small loss. And if you are holding it, that's fair enough. Stop loss, bottom low. If it does flip again, you're on. It would more likely make the move, but I just don't feel comfortable in it anymore. So you guys see, I am quick to manage the trades. I never take a full loss. That way I don't need a massive, you know, win the opposite direction as well. And it looks like it could flip, but anyway. All good. So moving forward though, what would I look for? Well, still the limit order interruption plays invalid from lower down. I particularly like the 30-minute one. At this point, oh, it's flipping. Look at that now, of course. Oh, it is what it is. Nice one. If you guys are in it, you're looking really good. You're probably what sort of profit you have now? 20 odd pips, 30 pips. Alright, all good. Well done if anyone is still running this thing. But yeah, alright guys, well done. Thank you for all the support. I won't be on tomorrow, not on Fridays. But I will see you guys again on Monday. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe. Astronomical, you will get banned, my friend. Goodbye to you. Never to be seen again. Yeah, so if you are holding this, don't be greedy. Again, it's already made a significant push, so secure some profit. And yeah, enjoy. Trade safe. Have a good one. I'll catch you guys next week. My guys, I'll keep you posted. I'll catch you guys probably soon. Take care. Have a good one. Cheers, team. Bye, guys.